Greeting brothers and sisters in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia, one God. Yeah, this Facebook it was a continuation of what took place Sunday ago with the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. What we're saying that the 74 revolution destroyed the curriculum with Ethiopian at school and college, that the young Ethiopian people do have the history of His Imperial Majesty contribution to Ethiopia from 1931 to 74. When the Prime Minister make statement that he was putting 6 to 7 women in his government and the people of Ethiopia give him credit for it, it's wrong. 1955 His Imperial Majesty, this is the land and parliament of Ethiopia, to give women the right to become politician. Everything else have been a priest. So it's what he is doing, he's using His Imperial Majesty promise and things to Ethiopian people to get credit from it. The reason why, because he know that the Ethiopian people that born after 74 do not have no education and knowledge of His Imperial Majesty contribution to Ethiopia from 31, the 16th of July Constitution, and the question of Constitutional Monarchy. The next thing again, what the IEWF is saying, the Imperial Ethiopian Revolution is saying, is that we want the army in Ethiopia to take power, like how the army in the Philippines take power. For the tribalism to finish Ethiopia, the army must take power and establish an interim government, which means people from the Amara Liberation Movement, people from the Amara Liberation Movement, people from the Eritrean Liberation Movement, people from the Tigray Liberation Movement, and Rastafarian people who are royalists participate in forming a government, like what in the Philippines. And when they have a belief that law and order come back and constitute for a civilian government, they withdraw back to the barracks and call for a general election where the people choose the one prime minister or the one president, because each individual group will get representation. The tribalists will get representation, the Amara people get representation, the Amara people get representation, the Eritrean will get representation, and the Tigrayan will get representation. This can only bring a peace in Ethiopia, because from 74, his 3 government took over Ethiopia and they failed. And the present government going to fail because 4 government. So it is no need for them to continue this behavior. This Marxist philosophy on the guise of democracy is not going to work. I will say the American Senate and Congress should look on it again and ask them why they don't introduce that principle that what happened in the Philippines to Ethiopia, where we can get each tribe get representation. Because right now, the Prime Minister make promise to the Amara people that when him get power, he will do A, B, and C, and he do not fulfill it. He make promise to everybody like Hitler make promise to Europe that he will not call a war to Chamberlain, and when Chamberlain go back to England, a month after him declare war on Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary. We can't allow this man to become an ex-Hitler. You know, because his behavior is Hitlerism. He may promise to get support, and when he get support, he fail. The coalition government or the coalition party that he established now with different people. These people have to accept the Prime Minister policy or program. If not, he's not going to give them any invitation to be a apartheid. The Solomonic brethren who is in this coalition government, him will have to work with the President of Ethiopia, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, and him cannot make no statement on behalf of restoration in the Haile Selassie I, restoration of Constitutional Monarchy. Him can't do it. So we're asking my brethren and sisters in Ethiopia at home and abroad, and Jamaica National at home and abroad, and those that have justice integration, to build upon it again. We need an interim government in Ethiopia, comparable to what is taking place in the Philippines, where everybody can get representation. I'm not going to stress anymore. I'm going to give back now to my brethren, the Honorable Christopher Graham.
Yes, blessed be
Jah, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I liveth.
Yes, greetings in the name of Emperor Haile Selassie I, one God. As usual, we must identify that we are from the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. And today we're going to identify to the people, the Ethiopian people at home and abroad, the royalist Ethiopian, Rastafarian people, and the government of Ethiopia and the Prime Minister in particular, that if you, the government of Ethiopia, is going to put forth some sort of coalition government, some sort of, I see him identify a commission for peace and reconciliation. You cannot have that until liberation, restoration of the government and the dynasty of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Now, all that the Prime Minister said he's doing, putting in more women in our government, him said he might bring people from abroad who was in exile, take out people out of prison, end the state of emergency, and all these things. All that things when say my going to come to naught. Here we're going to come to naught now because him say might be inclusive and bring everybody in the whole thing. All the different institutional organizations, etc. However, he has not included the royalists, the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation in the whole thing.
True.
So how comes him going to leave out Emperor Haile Selassie I government? And yes, him say him going of peace and reconciliation until liberation, restoration, constitutional monarchy of Emperor Haile Selassie I. You cannot have no peace and no reconciliation. No. And the woman them when putting out the whole thing is because they must sing theme same song. Anybody who opposes this man, I'm not going to really bring them in a theme thing. Because we oppose him from the point of view that him do recognize Emperor Haile Selassie I. The statue and them thing when put up on him something that means nothing at the end of the day. The government when set up fail as a matter of time. I will prophesy say if him don't really make the changes that he's supposed to make. Remember no, him give a body rights account to what he's doing, you know. And yet still the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated is not involved in the whole thing. I would tell him last week, I'm going to tell him again, and the whole people of Ethiopia and the whole government, that when him setting up an interim government, he must set up an interim government and include us, the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation. We must be at the table. And the royalists of Ethiopia must be at the table. We cannot be excluded from the whole thing. If it's excluded, the government going to mash up. We tell him that, and civil war going to come. So we must do, as the Abuna international president just told him a while ago, we must set up an interim government and make the military people take over and bring back proper law and order while we come together, sit down and work out how we're going to do this transition, this change. Because from 1974, all the different people take over the different government, the whole of them fail. Why? Because them don't return the government, constitutional government of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Remember this is the people. From 1931, the constitution of Emperor Haile Selassie I, the whole world wanted to have a constitution. When you read history, it says people go to war. All over the world, all the thrones were cast down. Why? Because they did not give the people their rights. And this one, a government will go down the same way because it don't want to include His Majesty government and the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. It belonged to Emperor Haile Selassie I. And His Majesty set it in place in the West because he knew what was going to happen in Ethiopia. So today, we rise again. And we are tell the government of Ethiopia and the people of Ethiopia at home and abroad and the Rastafarian people, because we see a lot of Rastafarian people there, but them don't represent Emperor Haile Selassie I. Them don't represent Constitutional Monarchy of His Majesty government. So we are telling them again, we're not going to belong. we shall tell him again, say it must include the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. Him could have bring in 1,000 women inside of the whole thing and bringing all the other people them. As long as His Majesty government is not present for the return of constitutional monarchy of Emperor Haile Selassie I, if that don't happen, there is no solution and there can be no peace and no reconciliation. We tell you already and we'll tell you again. And with that we say, Emperor Haile Selassie I, blessed be Jah.
Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I.